it's nice to be able to, in an appropriate way, to pay homage to a friend that's had such an amazing career. Don't get me wrong, we still want to kick their ass in ratings.
Hey, it's no more BS. I've been watching this man wrestle since the 90s, and it's crazy that he's wrestled as recently as 2022. He's one of the all-time greats, and now he's proving his worth behind the commentary desk as well. Maybe the single greatest big man in the history of the business. Paul Wight, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great. Thank you very, very much for the compliment. That's very nice. There's a lot of incredible big men out there, and to be thrown in that category, that's nice. Thank you.
You are certainly worthy of all of the praise. And like I said, I've been watching you wrestle for around 30 years now. I mean, During the 90s, I thought you were one of the people who wouldn't jump ship, right? Like the Giant would never go to the other side. And again, I thought the Big Show would never come over again. What made you transition, and when did you realize that you could be an announcer?
Well, part of jumping ships, that's a horrible term. I know people have a lot of brand loyalties to companies they work for, but they also have to understand it's a business and it's an industry, and you have to do what's ultimately what's best for you and your family and your career as you see it. When I was in WCW, I saw a lot more opportunities for me where I wanted to go globally as a star with WWE at the time. I mean, they're such a global powerhouse and a global entity. I knew that if I wanted to be basically a household name, I had to go to WWE. Later in my career, after establishing that renownedness, I saw an opportunity to build something with AEW. Like a lot of times in your career, you achieve your own success, and then you start to look for other ways to keep your passion going and stay motivated. And I saw a lot of great things that my friends Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes at the time, and Young Bucks, what they were doing with AEW. And I really want to be a part of that. I thought I could slide in and really work on a personal goal of mine that's been probably 15, 17 years I've wanted to do commentary. I think the first time I got to do a little bit of commentary on a Raw or SmackDown, I really enjoyed the pressure of it. And I was always a fan of Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross and Michael Cole, and these guys did such a great job of elevating the talent in the ring. And I go back to my favorite commentators back in the day, Gorilla Monsoon and Gordon Soley and Jesse Ventura, and how a commentator can add so much to a match, add so much to the moment, add so much to a career of a young talent. So that was one of the main things that attracted me to AEW, was a chance to step into that role and really get my feet wet doing some commentary. I mean, we have the show Elevation, which basically, Tony Khan said, we're going to let you hit the ground running and here you go. Like, I haven't done any full-time commentating, and then he threw me right on Elevation with Tony Schiavone. So, and I'm learning. I mean, I'm still a rookie by any means. When you see JR do it, he's so smooth, and he's got his catchphrases, and he knows how to get his sound bites in and his clips just right. It's amazing to watch him work and watch Tony Schiavone work. And even Excalibur, I always tease everybody on air that I'm going to get chewed out by Excalibur in the back, because I run a lot of things by Excalibur, because he's very brilliant and he's almost like a savant, the way he understands everything. I mean, the kids nowadays, I've been doing this 4 decades. The kids have changed names to all the moves. To me, it's something else. Now they call it a twist in, Twilight or something like that. Like they change the names to everything. So I'm not quite the guy that Excalibur is. I try to find my own style and my own pace and help the talent in the ring. And I'm enjoying that with AEW.
Amazing to hear that. I mean, before we jump into more AEW questions, everybody's been wondering, we also saw you on Raw for Cena's, 20th anniversary celebration. How did that kind of exchange thing happen?
Well, I mean, it's like I said, I mean, it's still a business. I mean, I worked with John Cena, for 20 plus years. I was instrumental in the beginning of his career, and throughout my career, I had a lot of incredible battles with John Cena all over the world. I used to make a joke that like every 5 months, it was time for Big Show and John Cena to fight again. I mean, we were great, the David and Goliath spectacle, and he was such a superhero, and I was able to be a great monster for him to battle with, and people enjoyed it. So that was a cool situation, and I'm glad that WWE gave me the opportunity to say thank you to John. And it was really cool of Tony Khan to allow his contracted talent to appear on another show to say thank you. It just shows a lot of class, I think, on both companies. You know, it's great to be competitive, and at the same time, you know, the talent involved are also human beings, and we have, you know, I have a lot of friends still in WWE, so it's nice to be able to, in an appropriate way, to pay homage to a friend that's had such an amazing career. Don't get me wrong, we still want to kick their ass in ratings, but you know, it's you know, but you know, I wouldn't expect anything less from them.
Perfect, man. Like I said, I've watched you battle so many great opponents through the years. And like I have watched you face Sting in WCW, and now Sting is part of the same locker room again. Tony Schiavone has got so many of your matches. Jim Ross, even more of your matches than Tony Schiavone. And I mean, they're all part of AEW. So how does the atmosphere compare between your previous places of employment to AEW?
It's an incredible environment in AEW. You know, the sense of synergy, if you will, of everyone working together to build something. It's a very supportive group among the talent, among the production people. Everyone is working hard to build the AEW brand. That's a passion, creative environment. I mean, you want to be in an environment where everyone is working together and pulling together. It's really nice to be at this stage of the game for me in that kind of healthy, young, hungry environment. I think the hunger is what attracts me the most. Is everybody's hungry, everybody's trying to be a star, everybody's making mistakes, everybody's learning from the mistakes. So sorry, my office phone is ringing. I'll see if it'll cut off eventually. It usually gets 2 rings and goes to voicemail. I don't ever answer the phone. So, but it's just that creative, passionate environment. And then you've got the leadership. I mean, Sting is just doing amazing. I mean, he hasn't missed a step. I mean, he looks amazing. He does a lot of stuff now that I'm kind of like, hey man, you sure you want to be doing that? You know, that was like 25 feet in the air. You just dropped a big stinger splash, you know. But he's feeling great. He's enjoying it, and you got a lot of veterans that are really helping out now, and it's a really positive environment.
And I mean, one of the other people who came over to AEW, I mean, when I think of his career, you are the first name I think of. I mean, as his opponent is Claudio, right? Yeah. His greatest moment was the modern version of Andre and Hogan, right? That's what everybody said. Exactly. Do you think you want to do a part 2 of your iconic rivalry in AEW?
Well, I had a great run with Claudio. You know, we had that amazing, memorable experience at the WrestleMania where Claudio won the Andre Battle Royal. And also, we had a brief little run with Claudio and Sheamus and myself in the bar. So I was in there for a little week until the last time we talked, I had turned on poor Claudio. So I haven't had a chance to see Claudio, so we'll see how our planets are aligning now. But I would be honored to partner with Claudio. I'd be honored to compete against Claudio. I think he is one of the most amazing talents ever in the wrestling industry. There's really nothing that Claudio can't do. And I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart. He's amazing.